So you have a PSP in 2025. My name is Andy and this is Andy Unboxed. If you clicked on this video, that means you have a PSP and you're trying to mod and download free games. If you have the first gen Sony PSP, we're going to use the micro SD card in order to add our modded files. If you have a PSP Go or a PSP Vita, you can go ahead and use the provided charger to connect it to your computer. First thing we need to do is download the necessary files, so go ahead and hop on your computer. I'm going to be using my MacBook. You can also do this on Windows. Click on this link under released. Then we're going to select file ark4.zip. We're going to let that download. Once that download, go ahead and drag that into your desktop. Okay, so at this point we can go ahead and connect our micro SD card into the computer. Alright, so we're going to open up our PSP folder. From there we're going to go ahead and select the Save Data folder. Once in here, we can go ahead and open up our ARK4 folder. We're going to go ahead and drag and drop this first file. Then back to the PSP, we're going to go ahead and take one step back and then open up the game folder. Next, we'll need to drop in that second file, ARK loader. It's still in the game folder. Now on our downloaded files, we're going to go ahead and select the PSP folder. We're going to need the ARK-CIPL file. We're going to drag and drop that into the same game folder. Alright, so that's all you actually need to mod the PSP. So let's go ahead and plug our micro SD card back into the PSP and run the modded files. Back on the console, we're going to want to scroll over to the game tab. Once we're there, we're going to go down to the memory stick. In the memory stick, we're going to want to run our first file, which is going to be the ARK loader. This is actually going to flash the PSP with the code needed to run the files we're going to be downloading later. Next, we're going to run the PL file. It's going to auto run the first file on startup, so we don't have to manually run it every time. Just hit X to install. Alright, so your PSP is now fully modded. The only thing left to do is find our game files. Unfortunately, I can't share a direct link for legal purposes, but I highly recommend that you Google ISO game files for PSP. If you click on the first Reddit link, I'm sure you'll find what you're looking for. Okay, so now that we have our game files, we're going to go ahead and plug in our micro SD card back into our computer. Once inside our PSP files, we're going to go ahead and create a new folder, and we're going to label that ISO. And then we can drag and drop our game files into this folder. And there you go. After you plug in the SD card back into the PSP, you'll see all the games that you have just downloaded. I hope you enjoy the video. Please like and subscribe. And peace out.